You're not procrastinating. Your brain just doesn't feel safe enough to move. I've been right where you are, friends. I know your brain is spinning right now. So let's recalibrate this just enough to get you moving. Let's take a big deep breath in together. Just follow me. Inhale. Hold it at the top. And now a nice long release. Excellent. Now, if you're driving or doing anything that prevents you from sitting and giving this your full attention, come back to it later. And if you can, just go ahead and sit down, recline, get however is comfortable, and make any last minute adjustments. Because you're going to want to give this your full attention. This session isn't about relaxing. It's about getting your brain to release just enough resistance to move. And you're going to be processing this information, but in a very specific way. And we'll be giving your brain a safer way to start. And now that you're ready and you're settled in, bring your attention to your hands. And as you're noticing your hands, lightly press your thumb and your index finger together. Just enough to feel it. And now with your fingers touching, take a nice, slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And release it nice and slow. We're going to do it again. Thumb and finger touch. Inhale. Hold it. Release it nice and slow. And that's all you need to focus on right now. Just keep that rhythm going. Fingers touch. Inhale. Hold. Nice long exhale. And while you're staying with that, your brain can keep doing what it's been doing. Thinking about the project. Thinking about that task. Running through what happens next if you start. What comes next? How long this might take. Where you'd even begin. What happens if it doesn't go the way you expect? And how much work that might turn into. And when those answers aren't clear, things slow down. The freeze sets in. So you don't need to force clarity right now. Just keep the rhythm steady. And let your body stay right here for a few moments. Your fingers touching. Breathing. Holding that pattern while everything else settles into the background. Now, on your next exhale, you're going to let your body shift slightly. Not a big move. Maybe your feet press into the floor a little more. Maybe your shoulders adjust a little. Maybe you lean forward just enough to notice. Let's try. Fingers touch, breath in. Hold. Small movement. Exhale. Good. Let's do it again. Fingers touch. Inhale. Hold it. exhale, let your body move just a fraction more. Just enough to feel the difference. You're not starting the project yet. You're just showing your body it's okay to move. While the rest of the process, the figuring out, the mapping, the checking, it can stay in the background for now. And this is the part that matters. Your brain isn't trying to stop you. It's trying to predict what happens next. If I start this project, what happens next? How long is this going to take? Where do I even begin? What happens if I get it wrong? How much work am I creating for myself? And when those answers don't come back clearly, things slow down. The freeze sets in. Because from your brain's perspective, unclear means unpredictable. And unpredictable doesn't feel safe enough to move. So you freeze. Not permanently. Just until you can find something that makes more sense. So instead of trying to solve the problem, bring your attention to where that hold shows up. Not your thoughts. The signal. Where do you feel it first? Perhaps it's in your chest. A knot in your stomach. A stiffness in your neck. A tightening of your shoulders. Just let your attention land where it's the strongest. Stay with the breath. Fingers lightly touching. Let that signal become clearer. Not bigger. Just clearer. And that's the signal your brain is using. Not the entire freeze. Just this point right here. Where something doesn't feel settled. It feels off. Like it's sticking. Stay with it. Without trying to fix it. Just identifying it clearly is enough for now. And as you're staying with that signal, you'll notice that your breath is steady. Your fingers are lightly touching. And your brain can narrow this down to one thing. Not the whole problem. Just the part that's holding. The part that's freezing. Notice where it lands on first. Getting it wrong. Not knowing where to begin. Taking longer than expected. Creating more work than you want to deal with. You don't need the perfect answer. Just the one that feels closest. And as that becomes clearer, Notice how specific it actually is. It's not the whole thing. It's this one piece. The piece your brain hasn't settled yet. So stay with it. Fingers touch breath in. Hold it. Nice long exhale. And let that one point become defined enough without overthinking it. And once that's clear, you can see how the loops form. If you don't do it, it stays there. If you do it wrong, you create more work. Or you make things harder than they need to be. So your brain pauses. Not stuck. Just holding until it finds a better entry point. And this is where most people try to force movement. To push through it. Or ignore it. But that doesn't resolve the part of your brain that it's still checking. So instead, we're going to give it something it can actually use. Just a cleaner starting point that removes enough uncertainty to move. Stay with that one point. Fingers lightly pressed. Breath steady. And just let your brain shift from this unclear to clear enough. Safe enough. Not perfect. Just clear enough to move. What would make this one piece feel more settled? Maybe a smaller starting point. A clearer first step. A shorter time window. A version that doesn't create extra work if it's not perfect. Let it land on one adjustment. Not all of them. Just one. And as that adjustment comes into focus, you've probably already noticed how that signal begins to settle. Not completely, but just enough. Fingers touch, breath in, hold, nice long exhale. Just let that adjustment stay simple. That's all you need. Not the full outcome. Not the project being completed. Not the whole plan. Just enough clarity to make the first move make sense. And just stay with that. Fingers touch, inhale, hold, exhale nice and slow. Let your brain just register this part is clear enough. This first step is contained. It doesn't expand into everything else. And when that happens, movement doesn't feel forced. It becomes available. So stay right there, holding on to the first move while your body is already slightly forward, ready for action. Stay with it. Fingers lightly touch, inhale. Hold. Nice long exhale. And just let that first move settle in place. Nothing else needs to be solved right now. Not the whole task. Not anything that comes after. Just this one step. Clear. Contained. Not expanding into anything else. And as you keep that rhythm steady, your body can stay slightly forward, a little more engaged, without forcing anything. Fingers touch, breath in. Hold. Nice long exhale. And let that first move stay simple. Something you can do without overthinking it, without building into something bigger. Just one controlled movement. It's ready when you are. Now, on your next exhale, see yourself making that first move. Let's start together. Fingers touch, breath in. Hold it. As you're releasing, see yourself taking action, moving past the friction, feeling the relief that action brings. Because you're the type of person who notices the signal, breathes through it, takes action. So stay with it. Keep it tight before your brain tries to expand it. Just one step. Keeping it simple. Keeping it focused. While everything else stays in the background. Stay with the sequence. Fingers touch. Inhale. Hold. Nice long exhale. Feel the signal settle. Let's do it again. Fingers touch, inhale. Hold. Nice long exhale. Feel the signal going away. Now let's tie this together. Your fingers touching. Your breath. One small action. This is your reset. When you feel the freeze start, you touch your fingers. You breathe. And you take the first step. Not everything. Not all at once. Just the first step. just a moment. You're going to come back to the present. And when you come back, you're going to feel safe, motivated, ready to take that step you already started. I'm going to count from 5 down to 1. And when you hear the number 1, you're going to open your eyes, knowing that you're safe, motivated, ready to take that first step. 5. Shift your attention to your feet. Wiggle your toes. 4. Feel that energy. Feel that energy starting to build in your feet. It's moving up your legs. 3. It's moving into your stomach. Feel it up into your chest. The energy's building. Feel it up into your face. 2. Feel your eyes starting to flutter, trying to come open. 1. Eyes open. Back to the present. Ready to work.